Ready, ladies and gentlemen. Just waiting. Yep. All right. Just had to wait for my mic to do its spike to 2,000% real quick. We're going to be getting into this series, guys. It's going to be a pretty good one. We've got in the top left, in the red, representing Sloth Esports, it is going to be Tesla. And down here in the bottom right, in the blue, representing Lost in Translation, it is PracticeX. Tesla taking the time to take a stand against the Reddit madness. Yeah, for real, thank you admins for all the hard work you guys put in. It's a pretty thankless job, and you guys have been working long hours doing NA and EU, I think, with the same mod team. So thank you guys so much. Really great work. Probe coming across the map. Just going to kind of see what there is to see. CV over here might be looking to hide something, going a little bit of a weird way around. We know he is not scared to do so when the pressure is on. Gonna go ahead and head up here, see what's up, and there's already a full wall, so that should raise at least one red flag. Meanwhile, up here, it looks like he's gonna build a proxy racks up in the top. Meanwhile, down here, Tesla is going to expand here. So this could get interesting very quickly here. Which means, because that means the cyber core is going to be delayed, so there's going to be less adepts and stalkers that are going to be able to be made. Warp gate's going to be late. This barracks up here is going to really help hide the amount of army here. And that probe will die a horrible death. Rest in peace, good friend. This SCV up here is going to go ahead and get a scout off. No army here to really kill it, so we'll get a pretty nice scout here. He knows exactly what he's up against here. And Tesla so far has no idea that there's a proxy going on, doesn't even suspect it. Stalker is getting chrono boosted out here, which is going to be important once the Marauders start coming out back at home. Looks like he is adding on a reactor over here and building the Marauders back at the main base. And now these guys, this SCV I should say, I'm just going to go ahead and back off and head on home as the Stalker comes out. Robo facility on the way here. No chrono boost on the gate, on the warp gate. Just going to go ahead and chrono boost the Stalker out instead. As the Stalker makes his way across the map actually. Might realize something's going on here, but there is a Marauder right here. And he also knows that there's already concussive shells, so that's a good amount of intel to get there, even if it is at the cost of that Stalker's life. Warp gate still coming out as these Marines make their way over. And now the full army of PracticeX here is going to go ahead and unite right about here. 2 Marauders, 3 Marines against 2 Stalkers, and that is it. Shield battery not quite finished up yet here. Gonna see if he's able to get the damage done. Workers immediately getting pulled to tank for these Stalkers. The Stalkers getting shots off on those Marauders. And now he's going to go ahead and back off here and will lose a Marauder there. Well done there by M. Canning. As he backs off, continues to kite there. The probe's doing lots of damage there. Or by Tesla, excuse me, not M. Canning. He's going to go ahead and kill a few more Marines. And this Stalker is going to die a pretty slow death there. Or not. Going to go ahead and pull back a little bit. As now more and more Stalkers are rallying up here. Now with this Immortal out, this should be the end of this push. Immortal's very good at killing these Marauders. Marines running for it, and they will not quite be able to make it out. Gonna go ahead and get chased down there as these Marines go ahead and run back home to their little proxy, which now has a factory with a tech lab, pumping out some siege tanks as well as combat shields on the way back at home. And now Tesla walking his way across the map with a few Stalkers here. Not really much in the way of defense at home. Only that one Marauder as a Warp Prism comes out. This Immortal is over here as well. Needs to be careful not to overextend here, but like I said, he still doesn't know that proxy exists. He thinks that this all came from the main. He's going to push here, and he's going to start to think, wait a minute, something isn't right. He's going to get in here. He's going to see that it's empty. And meanwhile, this army is moving across the map here. Combat shield is done. They do have stim. No, they don't have stim. They have combat shields and concussor shells. PracticeX needs to move that tank over. And meanwhile, he's killing everything in the main base here. But Tesla just can recall. He can just recall and come back home, and he'll probably win the fight. Bunker coming down here at the front. Tesla should be recalling here any second now. As soon as he actually realizes what's going on. Yep, here it comes. And now these tanks are going to be key. Once again, the SCV, the probe's already getting pulled here, getting shredded by that bio. But he's already on top of the tanks. The medevac hasn't arrived in time. And now the tank is going to get focused down here. And now it's just Marines versus Stalker Immortal, and that's not what you want. The medevac is running for the hills, trying not to lead it back to that proxy. But Tesla should know that something's going on here. He's now following the medevac as well. And now is going to go ahead and take out that medevac here. Or at the very least, chase it all the way home. And very nice micro here by Tesla, just chasing that down all the way, using the Warp Prism extended pickup to go ahead and take it all down. Could focus down the medevac, not choosing to just yet though, as the two Immortals do arrive to reinforce this. Very nice micro here from Tesla, keeping all of these units alive for, honestly, much longer than they should. And that's very hard to deal with here, as the Terran is not quite enough to hold this off. Army supply dropping 25 to 19 now, and he's just going to go ahead and push up and go ahead and try and finish this game. Meander Mule dropped, and it should be over here in just a second. 31 Army supply to 12, dropping that Liberator. Not quite enough to clean this up. And more pushing. The two Marauders arrive to try and avenge their friends. GG, Tesla taking game number 1. Very well played there. Just a very nice response there from Tesla, and I think just a little bit of a botched execution there from PracticeX. Those tanks were just a little bit too close. The Stalkers and Immortals were able to get shots on it earlier than they should have, and it just kind of allowed him to not really worry about it. And the tanks immediately went down, and yeah, just really not much you can do once you lose those two tanks there. We will be back in just a couple seconds here with the next game. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Alrighty, guys. Gonna be getting into game number 2 here of Tesla versus PracticeX, spawning up here in the red. Currently 1 game up. It is Tesla. And down here in the bottom right, left, God, in the blue, representing Lost in Translation, it is PracticeX. Thank you for the host, TV. Appreciate you. Now, Probe from Tesla doing an earlier scout this time. Going to try and spot if there's any sort of proxy shenanigans going down. Currently not looking like it. Go ahead and get some music to fill the dead air as this probe makes his way up into the main base. Gonna see, so far, nothing unusual. No full wall at the front. Nothing of the sort just yet. Now these two SCVs are gonna come rough him up. Gonna go ahead and run for his life. And just dance around and be annoying. Now this worker for Tesla gonna come down here and grab his expansion. Tesla doing a nice job of sticking around, making sure that he is able to cancel that or delay it as much as he can. Reaper coming out now for PracticeX will be able to make his way across the map, should he so choose. Tesla going for that cancel and will get the delay. Pretty annoying there, and looks like he will barely just lose out on the 1v1 there. Just going to continue hanging around here being annoying as he gets a Cyber Core back at home. And the expansion will go down here, not too much damage done there. Quite a bit faster expansion here for Tesla though. And then on the other side, going to go and grab a second refinery right now, as well as going to go ahead and just finish securing this expansion, getting a factory, adepts coming out here for Tesla. Warp gate on the way as well. Nothing too crazy. Reaper going to make his way up into the map. Uncontested, actually. Might be able to get a worker kill or two. That one's already low. An easy target. And built to the robo facility. Workers get pulled just for a second to scare him away. And away he goes. We're going to go ahead and return back home. Ooh, the Shade actually might be able to catch him there. Not quite. As a bunker comes down at the front of the ramp here for PracticeX. Just to give him a little bit extra defense there. And actually does manage to kill that Reaper there. Well done. 2 Cyclones coming out on the other side of the map. As now Tesla makes his adept on all the way over to the other side. Not going to be able to make it up the ramp because, of course, that bunker is just going to pump him full of lead. Forge on the way now as well. Going to be able to get might be looking for some fast upgrades or just cannons for some defense. We're going to see kind of what he's up to there. Does see the 2 Cyclones with that Shade, so kind of knows what he's up against right now. This adept gets chased off by one of them. Starport finishing up here. As the adept continues to get chased off all the way across. Observer going to make his way up, going to try and scout the main, see what's what. Not really any attachments coming on for the barracks or the starport right now. Curious what he has planned here. Might be looking for just to pump out Cyclones and then all in, but I'm not really sure. Not really sure what the play is here. Engineering Bay coming down, gonna be able to get missile turrets and possibly fast upgrades as well. Is adding on a second factory now, as well as getting a Viking. So starting to kind of see what playstyle he's wanting here come to play as the Twilight Council gets thrown down here. It's +1's about halfway done. 4 Cyclones now holding the top side of the map. Top side of the base, I should say. Observer comes in here, is going to be able to see the reactor getting built here. That was an interesting noise. Getting to see the reactor getting built here and kind of know what's going on. It's a very cute noise. I like you, Observer. Please don't die. Anyways. Two more Cyclones coming out. going to be making their way all the way across now. Charge on the way now for Tesla. He does know if this amount of Cyclones is out. Charge and allow him to really get up close and personal with them and take him out. This probe doing the smart thing, hiding to save his life. As these Cyclones are on the warpath, Tesla going to move up to secure his third. And the Cyclones really aren't going to accomplish anything being on the map like this. Raven's on the way, as well as an armory. +2 weapon now on the way for Tesla. Very far ahead on upgrades currently. And these Cyclones just chilling out at home for more of their brethren out across the map. Hellions are now coming onto the field. Probably going to turn into Hellbats to deal with those Zealots. But currently the Zealot count is 0, so not much to worry about for right now. That Observer does die. Our cute little friend is now dead. It's a sad day to be a StarCraft caster. And now the Cyclones are all reunited. Go ahead and salvage that bunker. The mortal count here looking very respectable here for Tesla, as he does get a Templar Archives behind this to be able to enable him to get some Archons. Charge finishing up here pretty soon. Still no Zealots to be seen. So, I think he needs to work on his Zealot count for Charge to really be worth it. But now Tesla going to be pressuring this natural here. Third base not quite secured yet. Oh, he might actually be able to catch this army here. Lots of Cyclones force fielded off. 4 of them go down immediately here, and the Immortals are trading so well. Raven doing a great job of muting those 2 Immortals there, making them go farther up than they need to. That one Cyclone, okay, does get put out of his misery. Cyclone does die there. Army supply now 48-33 in favor of Tesla right now, and he's looking dominant. Going to be marching forward here. There is no War Prism here, so any losses will be hard to replace for right now. Vikings have landed to fight this, and the boys have been pulled. Currently just kind of dancing back and forth. And Tesla in a very dominant spot right now, force filling off another Cyclone. Going to keep pushing up and just slowly taking more and more ground. There are 4 Cyclones coming out at a time right now. So PracticeX doing as much as he can to go ahead and reinforce this, but 3 Immortals trade so well against these mechanical units. SCV's getting pulled now to try and tank for those squishier Cyclones, and it's just not quite enough. So the Immortals trading so well. Cyclone's getting some really nice damage off on the Immortals, actually picking off 1 and then proccing the passive of the second one, but there's just such an overwhelming force here from the Protoss. GG, Tesla is going to take game number 2 and the series. Very well played. Just really excellent execution from Tesla. Good job punishing what PracticeX was doing. And that build from PracticeX just not quite landing like you wanted it to. GG, well played. And we'll be heading into the next series here in just a couple seconds, guys, as soon as we can. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to tell your friends that we are going into the qualifying match, I think, here in just a second or two. Let's see. Yeah, so next up, it's going to be... It's going to be Tesla versus BioIce, and the winner will qualify. Next up is the qualifying set and the final set of the night. Thank you all so much for the support. We will be right back. Thanks, guys.